We are in the kitchen today with Cory Schreiber. Cory, you have a great spread here. What are we making today?
I've been doing some classes over at Bob's Red Mill, and this is the recipe that I did there. It's a little bit different because it uses amaranth, which is a grain that you usually see more in Latin cuisines, but it's a full protein. So if you don't eat meat and you have this, it fulfills like even eating a piece of chicken or pork. And it also uses another spring ingredient, which is the red chard. And so you'll find this in the markets in the green and rainbow and white chard. It all is kind of driven by the color of the stem. The stem, unfortunately, what we're going to do is use the green part of it. So this gets blanched, and then we squeeze the water out of it. But I don't want to throw these away, so I tell people to save these. You shave them with a little bit of a vegetable peeler, and then you chop them up, and you can use them for a vegetable saute.
Oh, good. So don't get rid of it.
Don't get rid of this. Save this, pickle it, cook it, something like that, especially when it's big and thick and beautiful, like that piece is there.
And what's this recipe called, Cory?
This recipe is a chard and ricotta cake with a little bit of amaranth flour in it. So it's actually non-gluten, if that be a choice for people, because it uses rice flour too. So you start with a little egg and buttermilk in here. And then and believe it or not, we put a little bit of ricotta cheese into that.
Ricotta cheese?
A little ricotta cheese, so that's going to make it kind of creamy.
A little thicker, yeah.
And that's going to give it a little bit of that dairy flavor. And so
how long do I need to stir that for?
Just long enough to let me add some of the amaranth. This amaranth here is the grain, so this has actually been cooked in water in about 10 minutes, so it's still got some texture to it. And that's what we want with this cake, is a little bit of texture. And then we have the amaranth flour, which is mixed with rice flour. So again, it's a non-gluten recipe. There is some Parmesan cheese in here, a little bit of cayenne, and there's baking powder in there.
A little cayenne and baking powder.
A little cayenne and baking powder. So this creates the, it's a batter. You should tell the kids when they want to eat it. It's like pancake batter.
There we go. It's getting a lot thicker now.
And then the vegetable component is the chard, which I've actually just cooked in a little bit of water and squeezes all the water out of it. Same thing with the ricotta. You drain it overnight to get the water out of it because you want the cake to be nice and crispy. So this chard.
And what else is in with the chard?
Nothing. This is just straight chard. This is the rainbow chard that I have there on the counter.
Okay.
I just steamed it and I squeezed really hard all the water out of it.
It's getting thicker.
And then you want to add just a little bit of salt to it, and maybe, oh, there goes my amaranth.
Oh no, let's grab that.
Everybody can see how fine
Disasters
it really is.
in the kitchen.
I love it. This is the real deal here.
Okay.
A little bit of pepper.
A little pepper. All right.
And what we do is you have a skillet, you have a pan, whatever it might be, just a little bit of oil. You could even spray it with a little bit of a vegetable shortening or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way.
And then we have that.
I'm making a mess, Cory.
And this is the lovely batter here. So what we're going to do is we're going to spoon some of the batter. I just make them a little silver dollar size.
Okay.
And then they're going to cook for about 2 minutes on one side, and then 2 minutes on the other side, and then we're going to serve them with a little bit of herb sour cream.
Yum. Okay, so let's let them cook.
So actually, I have turned these over, and I'm just looking for them to get kind of brown, crispy around the outside and the inside. And you can kind of see the ricotta, if you're familiar with like ricotta pancakes, they have a little bit of that spongy look to them.
They do. They look just like little mini pancakes.
Yeah, and these really are meant as, these can certainly be a focus for a menu if one wants, especially like a lunch menu.
Okay.
But they're also kind of a side dish.
Or like a little appetizer.
This with a little salad, I think, is plenty. So cheese in there, rice flour, the amaranth flour. I want you to try and tell me.
They smell great.
If you can taste actually the grain or feel the grain of the amaranth itself that's been cooked. And then as a side, they need a little bit of sauce. I've decided that this recipe has a little bit of sour cream, straight up with just some chopped herbs, your choice, what's in the garden.
Just on the side, Cory?
On the side is fine, as long as you feel comfortable dipping into that.
I'm going to put some right on the top, too. How about that?
That's what I would have done.
Just going to cover it with your sour cream mixture. And what else is in this?
There's a little bit of chive in there, there's a little bit of parsley in there, and there's a little bit of cilantro in there. Squeeze a lemon, a little bit of lemon zest.
Ooh,
and you could use yogurt, would be fine, too, if you want to supplement that out. So it's got a little bit of a sponge to it, if you will, in terms of like its textural part. So, how would you describe it? Amaranth. Besides one.
I do get a little bit of the texture in there for sure. That's delicious. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just amazing.
It's a great flavor. So amaranth,
yeah, it has great flavor.
Play with it, try it in other things too, make pancakes with it, but it's a great little side dish from Bob's Red Mill available.
I know what I'm making.
All right, perfect.
Soon this.
Thanks.